drive to the Howard Bell Trophy and lifelong glory begins now. It is Season 9 of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. It is time to reveal the rosters and let you know who you're going to be rooting for this fall. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Rantzberger alongside the GRBL's founder and commissioner, Tony Lewis. And Tony, we just wrapped up tryouts. We had more than 100 hopefuls show up. 84 have been drafted and placed on teams. How about this overall level of talent we are about to experience?
Today was amazing. The turnout was great. The talent level was incredible. The venue at historic Meadow Park, it was just a great day for baseball today, and we successfully completed a Season 9 draft. And so 84 guys were selected. We're getting ready to get into it. Just so much excitement right now.
It's a great day in the war room here at Big Whiskey's, the GRBL's neighborhood bar. So let's get to it. Round one coverage brought to you by Henry's Towing. Remember, when you're stuck on the road and you're in a jam, remember to let Henry do it, or lethenrydoit.com. Let's meet the players. The Springfield Metropolitans had the number 1 overall pick in the 2024 draft, and they used it to select a catcher out of Woodstock, Georgia, Cole Hazelhorst. It's his first time being the number 1 overall pick. It will be the 4th year in the league for Hazelhorst. He's got 24 hits over the first 3 seasons, including a big-time Howard Bell Trophy win in 2021. It was that win that left the impression on the Mets skipper Clay Murphy, who threw those pitches to Cole Hazelhorst as part of that win. Clay Murphy wanted to be reunited with his man, using that number 1 overall pick to go grab a catcher.
Yeah, and I'd say, not only with his catching prowess and how good he is behind the dish, he can also put it out of the park, which is what he did actually a couple times today at tryouts. So a lot of offensive power with Hazelhorst as well.
The flight instructor was letting it fly today. Moon City Mavericks and manager Daniel England had the number 2 overall pick in the draft, and they have used it to take Brady Welsh, a shortstop and a pitcher from Marshfield, Missouri, went to Arkansas State University and then played in the minor leagues in the Atlanta Braves farm system. Welsh, for his GRBL career, 26 of 80, 5 doubles, 19 RBIs. He's got a .325 career average and a .400 OBP. It's hard to believe this guy professionally was a pitcher. They should have been letting him hit the whole time.
Oh, yeah, and not only that, he can field shortstop with the best of them. He made a couple plays today that were just amazing, deep in the hole, strong throw across the diamond. Not only can he do that, he can be called upon to shut a game down at the end to close for him. So, great pick.
Republic Locos were up next with the number 3 overall pick, and they use it to take Canada's greatest export, Jared Fox, the engineer, originally from Weyburn, Saskatchewan, Canada, who now calls Ozark, Missouri home. He's played 6 seasons in the GRBL, lifetime 56 of 151, a home run, 26 runs batted in. He has walked 9 times, been hit 9 times. It's a .413 career OBP and a .371 average for Jared Fox, and it's his second stint with the Republic Locos.
Yep, Jared, he was tagged as a number 1 overall catcher as well, as a side note. So I'm sure they are very excited to have him behind the dish as well.
Branson Showmen are under new management, and that's kind of where the first big twist comes into the proceedings here. Jacob Carlson with the clipboard and the pencil for the first time, and he takes the first newcomer we see at number 4 overall. Out of Neosho, Missouri, Trey Turner. He went to Missouri State University, selected by the Washington Nationals in the 10th round of the 2017 Major League Baseball entry draft. Played low A, rookie, and Class A. Last pro appearance was in Fredericksburg, Virginia. A total of 76 1/3 career innings in the minors, had a 4.95 ERA and 107 strikeouts.
And we're going to talk about Jacob Carlson's draft and how he did, but he started it off with a literal bang with a guy with absolute firepower. This is one of the few guys in GRBL who's going to be throwing 90-plus miles an hour. So Trey Turner, absolute firepower behind Jacob Carlson this year for sure.
And in talking with Trey Turner, he wants to be a two-way player because you can do that at this level. And keep in mind, he was a pitcher at the higher levels, but in JUCO at Crowder College, he actually hit .370. So Trey Turner is a guy who is not a stranger to picking up a baseball bat, and it's going to be fun to see him do that again. Nixa Suckers, no surprises here in the first round because they used their franchise tag on this kid. Logan Wy, the 26-year-old pitcher out of Missouri State University, played professionally in the Frontier with the Windy City Thunderbolts. A season ago with the Nixa Suckers, Logan Wy, 16 innings pitched, 7 earned runs on 17 hits, 20 strikeouts to just 2 walks. He had a 3.94 ERA that ballooned up due to a rough outing in the playoffs. He was carrying a 1.13 ERA into the postseason.
And what's good about Logan Wy is that we have another local guy, went to Kickapoo High School, played at Missouri State. So we had a D1 guy, local, and also played in the professional in leagues, and now he's here with us in the GRBL. And that is something that is fantastic, that this is such a welcoming ground for not only the older guys, then we can also recruit talent as young and talented as a local product like Logan Wy.
Well, this guy was young and talented once. He's actually still young and talented. We just think he's old because he's been in the league as long as he has, and that would be the Ozark Mountain Ducks. 6th overall pick in the draft, but the Ducks' round 1 pick is the old Marionville Comet, the Hall of Famer Skyler Hinson out of Arkansas Pine Bluff. 212 and 2/3 innings pitched in the GRBL. He's got a 2.79 career ERA, 192 strikeouts to 88 walks. And yeah, Skyler Hinson can also swing the bat a little bit. He had 8 hits a season ago for the Ducks. He's back in blue. Really not a surprise here. Austin Kendrick has been thinking about drafting Skyler Hinson all off season long, pretty much.
Oh yeah, Skyler, a two-way guy, can throw off the mound, play great middle infield. And I think the chemistry with him and Austin Kendrick have always been pretty good. So that's no-brainer pick for AK.
Second round draft picks, pick by pick. We'll bring that to you now. Again, if you are stuck on the side of the road and you need a lift, remember to let Henry do it. Call Henry's Towing. So the Mountain Ducks have the first pick in the second round of the draft. So we're at number 7 overall now. Snake draft. If you ever played fantasy football, the even numbered rounds are inverted. So the Ozark Mountain Ducks were on the clock again. They go for another rookie. It is Logan Craft, a shortstop out of Northwest Missouri State. Originally from Mount Vernon, now resides a little closer in Nixa, Missouri. He had a .351 on-base percentage in his career at Northwest Missouri State. What impresses me, if you look back at his college resume, is that he showed steady offensive improvement as he aged and as his college time went on. Played a season for the Roswell Invaders in the Pecos League. He was 20 for 86, hitting .233, on-base percentage much more punchy, .374. And without a doubt, Logan Craft was a guy who turned a few heads at tryouts this morning.
Yeah, I was really pleased to see he was very loose. He flashed the leather, great arm strength. Saw him make a play in the hole. He's going to be very tough to get the ball through the middle infield.
Another newcomer with the Nixa Suckers for their first draft pick after they franchised Wiley, but their second round pick is Jordan Fitzpatrick out of Logan Rogersville High School. Spent 2 years at Missouri State and 3 years rather at Missouri Southern. The old COVID-19 pandemic gave him a little bit of extra time in college. In 2022, he played for the Grand Junction Rockies in the Pioneer League. They were and still are independent. Fun fact, that team is now called the Jackalopes. But in that time, Jordan Fitzpatrick hit .369 as a senior at Missouri Southern, hit .344 in his single season in the Pioneer with 55 base hits and a .398 OBP, 11 doubles, and 7 bombs.
And this is relation to King, right?
Yes, he's King Owen's cousin. So a punchy GRBL veteran goes out and gets the hot newcomer who is a second-round draft pick.
Oh, yeah. I saw him. You could tell he's an athlete. He's going to do great.
So a more proven selection here with the Branson Showmen. Their second-round draft pick is another GRBL Hall of Famer out of Evangel University, center fielder Skyler Carter. Coming off of a season where he went 9 for 26, winning a Howard Bell Championship trophy with the Mets with 75 hits all-time, Skyler Hinson is the GRBL's career hit leader.
Yes, and again, another guy who can still patrol the outfield extremely well. Always got a scary bat from the left side. Happy for Skyler being selected in the top 2 rounds. Yep, still shows that he can do it.
Second round draft pick for the Republic Locos is a pitcher out of El Cajon, California, Jason Rose. He went to Granite Hills High School in San Diego County, selected by the Milwaukee Brewers in the 8th round of the 2017 Major League Baseball draft out of Utah. Spent 3 seasons in the Pac-12 and started 46 games, had a 3.23 ERA in college across 287 innings pitched. 2 years in the minors for Jason Rose at the rookie level, pitched a total of 34 2/3 innings across 8 starts with 38 strikeouts and 10 walks. This is another one of those newcomers, Tony, I have to say. I'm excited to see what this guy can do in the GRBL.
Yeah, I was actually going to say the exact same thing. When he signed up, I was excited to see what he can do. Very impressed with his arm strength off the mound, but then he can actually swing the bat pretty well too. I was impressed with how much power he has with that. So yeah, very happy with Jason's performance.
And a couple of franchise players round out round 2. The Moon City Mavericks keep Joe Emery, the St. Peters, Missouri native. Played at St. Louis Community College Forest Park and then finished out at Truman State University for his career. 30 for 123, a 285 OBP for Joe Emery with a great glove. And then the Springfield Metropolitans franchised an outfielder out of Republic, Missouri from Drury University, Harrison Waters. 14 hits for the Mets a season ago, 14 for 35 with 15 RBI, a homer, 2 triples, and 4 doubles. Harrison Waters, Tony, dare I say it, is gaining power as his GRBL career goes on.
Yeah, and we talked about Harrison last time. This is a guy who takes it serious year after year. He practices, he works on it, he's in shape. He looks 5 years younger than what he really is. So actually not surprised at all.
That concludes round-by-round coverage. What do you say we get into it? Let's meet the teams. How about some full roster reveals? We begin with the reigning and defending world champions, the Springfield Metropolitans, under the management of Clay Murphy. We will read each roster alphabetically. So they start with David Allen, Mark Blem, Harrison Broadstreet, Grant Cundiff, Calvin Dreyer, Robert Fackrell, Cole Haselhorst, Jerry Kelly, Todd Tolbert, Ben Van Gorp, Harrison Waters, Dalton Winkler, Landon Wright, and Zach Young.
You know, I think Clay did a pretty good job with his first-year draft. I think he's going to rely on him probably soaking up some of the innings himself, throwing over to Hazelhorst's battery mate. Got some good infielders with Ben Van Gorp, and also Dalton Winkler's back. And he also got the stick of Zach Young. So I think they're going to have some challenges, maybe with the outfield, but I know Clay will figure it out. I think he did a pretty good job with his first draft year.
Don't sleep on Harrison Broadstreet, tied a league record 16 hits a season ago with the Moon City Mavericks. Speaking of the Mavericks, let's go ahead and meet them now. Daniel England, Mr. 5-time, stacked them up like this. He's got Nick Bacon, Michael Barnes, Evan Barnett, Adam Barton, Ryan Cram, Joe Emery, Sam Hornberger, Joseph Juarez, Chase Cruz, Tony Lewis, Devin Phillips, Carter Rennie, Jake Thompson, and Brady Welsh. Well, Tony, your name is on this roster, so I would imagine you've got some hot takes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to show too much bias here, but I will say the strengths with Daniel's roster that he drafted is definitely a lot of infielders, a lot of shortstops, a lot of athletes, a lot of good bats. I think batting is going to be pretty solid for Daniel. I think the holes and maybe the question marks to fill will be maybe the second and third pitchers to come in and also maybe outfield. But overall, I think Daniel's batting is going to be really good, and his infield defense is going to be fantastic.
I think there's going to be some good opportunity for some returning veterans to assert themselves and really step up, as we've seen historically. Players in their second and third years really make that big jump and show some steady improvement.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to the Republic Locos. Chris Mesa skipping the club for another season. He took Thomas Berg, John Bortz, Tyler Collison, Jared Fox, Kanan Greer, Caleb Kaufman, Pedro Liendo, Andrew Meyer, Zach Ralph, David Rodriguez, Jason Rose, Johnny Lee Ryan Jr., Trent Simpson, and Scott Wilson.
You know, I think up and down he has a pretty solid lineup. Good order, good bats. David Rodriguez's bat. Trent Simpson, which a 7th-round draft pick, I think was a great steal for him to hold on to him. But again, maybe potentially pitching mark could be the question for Chris Mesa. And then Mesa himself, too, is also a good bat. So, you know, I think, again, pretty solid for Chris for this draft.
Let's keep it going to the Branson Showmen. Had the 5th pick in the first round. Jacob Carlson selected Tyler Abma, Alex Bird, Skyler Carter, Ben Hammett, Chris Leggett, Justin Loudon, Chandler Baples, Thomas McFarland, Justin Parker, Marcus Rader, Tyler Rusk, Trey Turner, Josh Wilbanks, and Toby Yorks is a showman once again.
Like I said earlier, I think, Jacob, if I had to grade drafts, I think Jacob probably won the best grade. In his first year draft, I'm going to go ahead and say it, I think he had the best draft. A lot of power, not only with the bats, but also with the arms. I do question middle infield, though. This is a defensive league, so I think he'll have a solution for up the middle. Other than that, I think it was a very strong draft for Jacob Carlson.
If they score 20 runs per game, doesn't matter who the shortstop is, Tony.
Exactly.
Let's keep it rolling with the Nixa Suckers. Courtney Spitz coming off of another trip to the semifinals. He took Jamar Averyhart, Jared Brashler, Seth Burns, Alan Butterfield, Mason Davis, Michael Doman, Jordan Fitzpatrick, Hayden Gibson, Lance Kennedy, Ethan Paskey, Davisai Pizarro, Ben Wade, Logan Wy, and Brandon Winder.
Good draft for Spitz. He's an excellent catcher himself, so him catching Logan Wy will be good. Davisai, this is his second year back up the middle, is good for him. He's got a great outfield. A lot of those names are be able to patrol the outfield. The only question I would say here is probably the middle relief to the end, maybe the second or third pitchers for Spitz. But overall for Spitz, I think it's a very athletic team.
Don't sleep on the 2023 Rookie of the Year, Ben Wade. He's on that roster as well. We've got one more club to reveal, and that is the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Austin Kendrick has been skipping the club since we went to this town ball format back in 2020, and he's put together another group of high flyers. So it's Austin Kendrick, Kurt Brand, Thomas Brand. So the father and son combo. That'll be the third time that's happened in the GRBL. Kyle Carpenter, David Edwards, Brett Gallion, Skyler Hinson, Tyler Jones, Hunter Knapp, Anthony Musser, Clay Odell, King Owens, Ernie Perkins, Logan Craft, and Colton Simons.
I think AK got a little bit of everything with this draft. Young, old, talented, strong. I think he's got good arms. Logan Craft, very impressed. We spoke about him earlier. Skyler Hinson again. Tyler Jones, former Gripple Crown winner. Glad to see that all these guys are together. And also Brent Gallion came back after taking a year off, or a couple years off, actually. But yeah, AK, he's got a really good team, and excited to see what the high-flying Ducks can do this year.
One thing I know about Austin Kendrick is he values versatility, guys who can do more than one thing, and he's got several nice and versatile athletes here. So those are the rosters. We will post them to the website, thegrbl.com. pronto, if you happen to be watching the live premiere. And why aren't you watching the live premiere? Tony, real quick, let's tell the folks at home, really the next time we are going to see the fans will be in August.
That's right.
August 4th.
August 4th is the Jamboree, which you will be able to see all 6 of these teams probably play 2 or 3 3-inning games over at Mark Worley Field at historic Meadow Park. August 4th, again, is the Jamboree Day. The very next Sunday will be opening day, triple header. The Robert Lewis opening day for the GRBL for Season 9 will be on Sunday, August, that'd be what?
11th.
The 11th, all right, sorry
there you
about
go.
that.
And something a little bit of a different twist there. Usually it is customary to have the teams that played in the final play against each other opening weekend. That is going to happen. They just will not be the very first game of the season. They will be the 6 p.m. game. So the first episode of Baseball Night in the Ozarks for 2024 will be the Republic Locos against the world champion Springfield Mets.
Nice. They're going to try and defend their title for his 3rd year in a row.
Oh, yeah. Clay Murphy has won 4 consecutively if you go back to his time with the Mavericks.
Wow.
So wearing a big old bullseye along with a number 8 on his back once again.
I want to encourage everyone out there to come and attend our games. Tickets are always $5, and kids are 12 and under that are free. We have games, we have sponsored events. A lot of small business supports this league, and we just absolutely love to see how many people we can get in a season. Like I've said before, we have over about 3,000 fans come in through our gates throughout the entirety of the season. And we can average around a couple hundred people for the big games. And I think that's going to be a really big deal this year, and I'm very excited to see all of you. If you guys have any questions, please direct message us. If you have any ideas about something you'd like to see us do on the field, again, that's what we'd like to see. And but yeah, that's us, and we're going to see everyone here pretty soon.
And we will see you August 4th for some preseason baseball. For all those involved, and for my partner, the Commissioner Tony Lewis, my name is Rance Berger. Thank you so much for inviting us into your homes and making the GRBL experience part of your life. Big thank you to Big Whiskey's, the neighborhood bar of Grip and Rip Baseball. We'll see you soon, and until then, good night from Springfield, Missouri.